Well, what's up, everybody? This is D from Brooklyn with a quick update on what I always call the lagoon tank, which is a home for my brackish to crossover fish. Include my mollies that you, if you've been watching and click that subscribe button, you would know had been born in my last reef tank. Now, I just stirred up the sand a little to feed my polyps or the little coral that are actually in here. But more interestingly is you will see that my sailfin Dalmatian that I had acclimated over the course of a few days is chilling. He's doing fine. He's eating. And that is my one male. I wanted to add that one because I had lost my older male. I had my last male a long time. And it finally succumbed on me. So this guy is learning his way around the reef, which is probably the most dangerous part in a brackish fish's lifespan, because the problem with having those guys acclimated to saltwater is not so much the saltwater, but the reef environment can be toxic to fish that don't know any better. Let me try to keep it in focus. And there are things like, coral that you don't want them to nip on, zoas, zinnia, and things like that. So they'll be learning their way around the tank for the first time. So the first few days is probably the most dangerous in a fish. It's also the time when they will adjust to the salinity and other parameters of the tank, including the diet, food, and grazing patterns of the other fish. There's my brute clownfish that, as you know, killed my other naked clown, my miss bar. This guy, thumb is like he got a little thumb on him. He's a pain in the neck. But everything's chilling. I fed my urchin the other day. He ate that whole seaweed sheet that was on that clip. You can see he's eating it down to only the part that's in the clip. My other mollies are chilling. Another interesting thing that I was talking about with one of the store workers is I've bred these guys quite a few times. I've had several batches of saltwater mollies, and I have never gotten any of them to pick up the Dalmatian pattern. Old Gray over here was actually born from a black molly and a white molly, and he came out gray, which is really interesting. My other ones came out all white or all gray. This one, which is really interesting, Baby, may be the mutant. Tried to catch him. Baby has a bit of a tiger stripe. Hard to see it with the camera, but if you focus, you'll see he's got like a stripe pattern and a sail, actually. His sail is coming up. Okay, babes. So we're trying to breed them saltwater and focus on the best genetics of the fish. So if we do have saltwater strains, we want to focus on the more positive traits. And sorry for that cloudiness. Look at Baby, see? Rubbing on that female there. That's kind of ancestral, Baby. Gotta chill. They're all family. But she's probably carrying some eggs. She's pretty plump there. And that's my one male. Baby is the one male that I got. The rest of them were predominantly female. So it'd be really interesting adding another male to the mix and see what comes of it. Hopefully they don't get into a fight or anything, because I would take this dude out in a minute because I like my Baby. Baby is my boy. He was born of Brooklyn. This is my Brooklyn fish. See how he is with the ladies? He's from Brooklyn. Anyway, I didn't notice that sail is actually coming out in Baby, so it's going to be really interesting to grow that boy out. And he's getting into the mode. Spring is coming, and I guess he's going into spawning mode. So I may have to add some moss in here, which they like for hiding the babies. The only problem is that the sea urchin eats the moss. So what I do use is the bio media that you lose in the canisters. It looks like mesh. It's all mesh bio material, and I'll lay that in the back like moss so that the babies have a place to hide, or I'll hang it up here and make a little baby nest for them to hide in. It's very important the first couple of weeks to give them a place to hide, because the parents will predate on them as well as other fish chasing them around. And yeah, these guys are pretty well behaved, but when you add a new fish into the mix, everything starts from scratch. And very interesting here, the waving zinnia is actually taking off. The few pieces that I added from the frag tank, including another piece I cut the other day, I'm going to bring upstairs. See that down there? Trying to keep these guys away from that rock over there. Keep it contained. So really big colony here. I just fed the tank. My zoa's just closed up. I found some zoas down here, but unfortunately this mushroom is covering it up, as well as this frag which is growing back. Sorry for the shakiness, trying to do it with one hand. That's the frag that I cut off of those last week. See these polyps? Look at the difference from the last video to now. They're about potato chip size, and this is only in a week. So a lot of growth there. Small systems go through a lot of swings, especially with the alkalinity, because a small system, corals this big will utilize the alkalinity and calcium really quickly. So you got to be on point with additives when you got a small system. And that's it. Quick, keeping it short. Want to have you guys reading the Wall Street Journal. Just want a quick update. Till next time, click subscribe. This is D from Brooklyn saying that it is not overwhelming. It is not intimidating to keep a reef. Click subscribe. Tune in next time.